Good morning, dear students. I am teaching chapter 13, and name of the chapter 13 is the sound. And today I will give activity 13.9, and name of the activity of the 13.9 is the to prove that sound is produced when the air is blown through a slit. And take two rubber bands of some length and some thickness and same length and same thickness, and place them one upon each other. Stretch the rubber band to twice the length and blow air through the slit between them, and observe the pitch of sound produced. Stretch the rubber bands of 4 times of the length and again blow the air through the slit and make observations regarding its pitch. You will observe that the more the rubber bands are stretched, the higher is the pitch, and the vice versa. And if you repeat the activity with very thin rubber bands, you will observe that the sound produced is a very high pitch. It is for the same reason that when wind blows hard in a forest or dwellings, its whistle on passing through small slits of various objects, musical instrument and sound produced by them. There are basically 4 families of musical instrument. First one is the string instrument, that is the tantu vadya. String instruments have taut strings mounted over specially designed wooden frames which are partially hollow from within. It is from the inside it is hollow, and when the strings are plucked or struck or the played with a bow, they vibrate to produce a musical sound. Then they vibrate and produced musical sound. And the pitch of the sound of a musical instrument can be changed by altering its length. It can be changed. Wind or reed instrument, just like in string instrument, just like violin, guitar and sitar. And wind or reed instrument, sushir, vadya. Wind instruments make use of vibrating air columns. It used of vibrating air columns, and in these instruments the air is blown in either directly or through the reeds. Flute, shehnai, bagpipes, bugles, etc. are some of the examples of wind instrument, that is the flute, shehnai, bugle and mouth organ. Third one is the percussion or membrane instrument, avandu vadya. All percussion instruments have a taut skin over a hollow metal or wooden frame, and when the skin is struck, it produces a musical sound. It produces a musical sound, just like dholak, tabla, mridang, gam and drum, etc. are some of the examples of the percussion instrument. And there are some other musical instruments which are exclusively used in our country but do not belong to any of the above 3 kinds of musical instrument. They can be placed in a 4th class of musical instrument. Ghana vadya. These instruments are especially beaten or struck in a rhythm. Ghana instrument. Majira, the ghantam, mudpot, jal tarang are some of the ghana vadya. These instruments are commonly used in all parts of the country. Measure of loudness of sound. Loudness of sounds measured in decibels, and it signifies measures in the decibel. It measures in the decibel, and then it signifies the sound pressure level, and human ears can pick up sound from 10 decibel to 180 decibel, and a loudness of sound is considered normal if it is between 50 decibel to 60 decibel. Normal, a loudness of sound is considered normal if it is between 50 decibel to 60 decibel. It is comes in the normal category. A normal human being can tolerate loudness of 80 decibel. A human beings can tolerate 80 decibel sound, and the sound above 80 decibel is painful. Above 80 decibel, if it is there, then it is very painful and cause various death problems. And source of sound, loudness level, effect of sound on human ear. Whispering, loudness level, what is the loudness level? 10 decibel to 25 decibel, and effect of sound on the human ear, just audible, you can audible, it is audible. Radio or TV at low volume, 30 decibel to 40 decibel, quite audible, comfortable sound. Conversation, 50 decibel to 60 decibel, moderately loud sound. Light vehicle, 60 decibel to 70, very loud sound. Mixer cum grinder, busy crossing, 70 decibel to 80, very loud but tolerate sound. Motorcycle, heavy vehicles, 90 decibel to 105 decibel, noise very loud and uncomfortable. And lighting, 120 decibel to 130 decibel, very uncomfortable and loud sound. Jet aeroplane, 150 decibel and above, painful sound. Now come to the noise pollution. What is the noise pollution? The disturbance produced in the environment, by the undesirable, loud and harsh sound from the various sources called the noise pollution. And noise pollution is a recent phenomena of 20th century. So what is the noise pollution? It is distributed, produced in the environment by the undesirable, loud and harsh sound from the different source, that is called the noise pollution. And noise pollution is a recent phenomena of the 20th century. Increasing dependence of the man on various kinds of machines at home and workplace in the factories has contributed a lot of the noise pollution. And the noise pollution at a particular place is determined by following: loudness of the sound, it is determined by the following: loudness of the sound and duration of noise at a particular place. Sources of, what are the sources of noise? First one is the noise in homes. Following are the causes of noise in homes, just like television, radio, power, music system, washing machines, dessert cooler, mixer cum grinder, vacuum cleaner, telephone, typewriter, air conditioner. And then the noise in the surroundings. Following are the causes of noise in surroundings, just like loudspeaker used in marriages and religious places, and exploding crackers on various functions, and hawkers in the street, and publicity announcements made by the trading companies, and noise produced in the construction of houses, etc. These are unpleasant noise. Noise in the factories. All factories, big or small, and use machines which invariably produces noise and hence contribute to the noise pollution. And noise due to transportation. The noise is produced by railway trains, all kinds of petrol and diesel vehicles, aeroplanes, pressure horns used by the automobiles. So what are the sources of the noise pollution? Sources of the noise pollution: noise in homes, noise in surroundings, noise in factories, and noise due to transportation. So different source of noise pollution. And what is the harmful effects of the noise pollution? Noise in the surroundings interferes with speech and talk with another person. What are the harmful effects of the noise pollution? Noise in the surroundings interferes the speech and talk with another person, and a loud exposure to the noise pollution may result in the loss of hearing to deafness. Otherwise, you will become deafness. Noise pollution reduces concentration. It will reduce the concentration and results in the loss of work efficiency. And noise causes anger, tension, and interferes with the sleep pattern of the individuals. And noise produces headache, irritability, and nervous tension. Noise can cause a lot of night vision as well as cause color blindness. Prevention and control of noise. In the modern society, we cannot eliminate noise but lower its level to bearable limits by taking following measures. The machine should be designed in such a way that they produce minimum noise, otherwise it is very harmful for the ear. And all automobiles, electric generators, etc. should be provided with improved silencers. And the heavy vehicles should not be allowed in the residential areas. And the use of loudspeakers for various social or religious functions should be banned. And the factories should be relocated far away from the residential areas. So at homes, TV, radio, and the power music and the power music system, etc. should be played at low volume. So these are the preventions and control how you can control the noise pollution. Did you know? It has been found that shining objects like mirror metals or hard objects like buildings or stone reflect sound. However, materials with loose texture absorb sound. For example, curtains, gunny bags, straw carpets, etc. They absorb sounds. And big cinema halls or auditorium are carpeted and their walls are coated with some rough material so that they not reflect the sound. It is because such places are very big and therefore echoes are formed, and thus the quality of sound heard by the people becomes poor. And however, in ordinary rooms in which we live, we do not have this problem. So it is because they are seldom 17 meter or more longer or wide, and thus the original sound and reverberated sound reaches the ears at almost same time, and hence no echo is formed. India may have been underrated by the Western scholars in scientific achievements. However, amongst the numerous examples of our scientific achievement, one is the fort of Golconda near Hyderabad, Andhra Pradesh. It has the astonishing dome near its entrance. A hand clap at a particular point under the dome reverberate and can be heard at the highest point of the fort. This was devised as a warning system, and if a god saw a suspicious movement outside the fort, he clapped his hands at a particular point under the dome. The clap was heard 1 kilometer away and the army was alert to the danger of the approaching enemy. Oral questions are given. Oral questions you have to do with yourself, and this is all about chapter 13, and tomorrow I will give you this answer the following. So till here you will take revision.